Hi, I'm Robin Levesque, and I work with organizations that want to co-create a culture of positive leadership at every level to reduce the cost of stress, absenteeism, and turnover, and increase employee engagement, effectiveness, and client satisfaction. Happy boss, happy employee, happy client. Now that's a winning formula. Grumpy boss, grumpy employee, grumpy client, not so much. So how do I do that? Well, in my last video, I talked about the good boss, bad boss experience, and that we're trying to create more good boss experience and involvement in the workplace. And this is one of the tools that I've developed over the last 15 years to do just that. It's called the DREAM Master Key. And DREAM is an acronym for number one, discover. Discover yourself, discover your team, discover your organization. In this boss, we talk about the W5, so the who, what, where, when, why. And we also talk about building on strengths, knowing what our values are, understanding our beliefs, and especially our limiting beliefs, and challenging those. The second step in the process is the reach. So R stands for reach, and reach is about vision. It's reaching for the stars. Okay, so you're talking about vision, big goals, purpose, whatever you want to call it, but basically it's a statement of the future, of the desired future for yourself, your team, your organization. Then there's the E, which stands for engage and elaborate, and that's all about planning, is breaking the process down from where you're at right now, the discover, to where you want to be tomorrow, which is the reach. So how do you get from one to the other? What are some of the high-level steps that you're going to take to make that happen? Then the A stands for act. So you must act upon your plan, because the plan without action is simply wishful thinking. So we want to put that into action. We want to execute on that plan. And then finally, the M is for measure, which is all about your metrics and your motivation to see if you're there yet. So you've set a big goal with your reach. Now you want to get there. You have to have a way to measure whether you're there or not. Now I'm going to give you a demonstration of how this works using my friend Marie as an example. She is starting up a business. She is starting as an online yoga business. She wants to expand to doing live sessions once this COVID thing is done, and so on. So I'm going to show you how a tool like this is the very first step in planning for just about anything. So that's a fairly big goal, but just want to use it as an example. So in your discover, what do we know about the situation? So who is my friend Marie? What is a yoga? And it's actually a little bit more interesting than that. She teaches a special form of yoga. She teaches her own brand that she's put together that has been influenced from Japanese yoga and regular yoga practices as well. And she's really created a whole new system around it. So this is quite exciting. So who, what, where. Right now she's operating out of our virtual studio here. But like I said, eventually she's going to want to expand out to live venues, helping corporations, doing all kinds of wonderful stuff with clients. She's actually doing her first pilot this last week, so it's the time is now. Let's call it now. And why, and especially the big why. So the why is she wants to help people that have had trauma, some issues, that are struggling a little bit later on in life. Marie is a great example of what she teaches. She's 57 years old. She has a body of a young 21-year-old woman, is in great physical shape and has done that for most of her life. Okay, so that's so taking fitness to a new and different level for people. So that's the discover. Now we're going to do the reach. So what would be a good future statement, a future desire statement for something like this? Well, it would be to work with health conscious individuals to take their personal fitness to a new level. Just an example. So we may want to work on that one to word craft it, but this is an idea of what a potential statement would look like. Okay, so this is the current state. This is the future state. How do we get from one to the other? And that's the next step, is basically your planning, your elaborate. Well, you might want to do some market research as an example. See what's out there already, see how others are doing it. You may have to learn some new tools, some new business tools. You may want to check out some live venues that are available here. We're in downtown Victoria, so she could check out some places there to see if she could teach on a part-time basis. She could start a website and a social presence on social media to show what she can do. We started doing that together this week, actually, to record videos and use those to repurpose her offering somewhere else. Also known as a vlog. Vlog plus, so vlog plus your social. And maybe she starts an online email distribution, which she has also started doing. Okay, so some steps. Eventually she may want to incorporate and so on, everything else that's involved in business development. So that's your planning stage, that's your engage and elaborate. Well, now she needs to put that into action. So she needs some resources, right? So she needs some dollars, whatever that might be, some time, some help in terms of other people doing things, so some HR, some human resources. Yeah, so that's a great start. Okay, finally we're going to do some metrics. We're going to measure our success. So what would be a good metric to evaluate if we're here yet? Well, you could start with the number of venues, so number of gigs in any given time frame. You could have number of clients. And of course, back to dollars, how many dollars are we generating? So that's an example of how quickly you can pull together what I call a one-page dream master key plan together on any given issue. I have used this to go for job interviews, to prepare for big speeches, to prepare for my book writings, just about everything. This is always my first step. Whenever I want to plan a new project, a new initiative, I start with the Dream Master Key, and then I use other tools to progressively elaborate this into a more detailed plan that I will execute later on. So thanks for watching. Next time, I'll be talking about the Me, We, Us Plus positive leadership framework that fits neatly into the Discover box here. And I hope that you can join me for that. Thank you.